what's going on guys, Wingsofend here and welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Pocket Edition Survival Let's Play. And today we're standing over here in the jungle that's approximately 4,000 blocks away from our home. And I spent a long time actually searching for the jungle. I went 10,000 blocks in one direction and I didn't find it. So I went all the way back home and picked another direction, and here we are, I guess, 4,000 blocks away. It was kinda close, really not that far, but the reason we are here is to do a little bit of fishing. And I can hear you guys saying, why didn't you just stay at home and fish there? Well, you got a good point, but I'm not here to actually fish for the fish. I'm here to fish for bamboo, and I'm just gonna get one bamboo and maybe get some saplings and cocoa beans, and I'm gonna head back home and maybe even get that parrot right there. But let's just kill these rounds because I definitely don't want them to actually kill me with the tridents, even though we are definitely OP, and I'm not gonna fire near the parrot because I really don't want to kill it. But yeah, we're here to pretty much fish a little bit and try to get bamboo, and we can head back home. So let's just go ahead, do a little time lapse and try to actually get it. Finally, that took a little bit longer than I actually expected, but we finally got it. Now it's time to actually get at least one sapling and we can head back home. Home, sweet home, just in time to actually head on to the bed. Let's just sleep really quickly, and I got 8 saplings, so that should be more than enough to actually get as much of jungle trees as we need. And one thing that we're gonna do is actually grab some bone meal from here, and you can see my chests are absolute mess. One thing that I haven't done since we actually built the storage house is organized any of my stuff. I put some dirt and stuff over there, but I really need to clean all of these chests over here and actually put them where they belong. But let's just put bamboo like right over here, grab ourselves a little bit of bone meal really quickly, and make sure that we're gonna have enough to actually start the farm and stuff. So let's just grow this guy and break it over here, and maybe we can even plant some over here near our little waterfall to add a little bit more decoration. Let's see, let's just put one right over here, and I'm probably gonna cut them off with like string or something like that to kinda make it a little bit shorter because they can go really high up. So let's just put a little bit of these guys right over here. One thing worth mentioning is probably what we're gonna be doing in today's episode. And no, we're not gonna spend all episode just going around the places and fishing, although that would probably be really fun for me and kind of relaxing. But today we're actually gonna be adding a new building to our village, and I think that's gonna be a blacksmith, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna put it somewhere in that area behind the wizard tower, because blacksmith can make all the tools, the armor and stuff, and maybe we can carry that to the wizard that can actually enchant them and improve them, make them a lot stronger and stuff. And we're also gonna have a purpose for that building. Of course, we're gonna be putting a super smelter right there, but we're not gonna be doing that today because I still need a lot more resources to gather, mainly a lot of the iron for all the hoppers and stuff that we need for the super smelter, because we're not gonna make a tiny super smelter. I'm probably gonna do like 100 or 200 furnace array, which is going to be really fun, but as I said, that's gonna be for the next episode. But before we get to the building, I need to show you a couple things that I did off camera for our little portal over here. You can see I kinda extended the little chorus dirt and salt sand thing that we have over here to the mountain. And I think that looks really cool. The reason I didn't do it the whole way is because it's kinda supposed to like in a way infest the ground around it, and as you can see it's kind of starting to spread over here and it's not all converted, so I think that looks really cool. Another small addition that I added is the actual path blocks over here. You can see they look really nice. Adds just a tiny bit more depth and it looks really nice and fits the whole brown theme, so I think that looks really cool. But another thing that we need to do before we actually start working on the blacksmith is to kinda connect the path to this thing, and I am still not sure if we're actually gonna go and connect the path going over here, because I might need to take a little bit more of the hill down and to actually fit the path over here, but I think we can have the path actually connecting over here, going around, and also from that side over there to maybe go around this house, because it would be a really nice idea to kind of connect the whole thing that we build with the pathways. So I think that would look really cool, and maybe we can just extend it going over here and have two paths connecting to the portal. So let me get to that and we can start working on the blacksmith. Alright, I finished the paths, and while I was actually bone milling the ground, I noticed that we were getting the new flower Lily of the Valley, which I totally forgot about, and maybe that could be another addition to our paths, because you can see all of the paths actually have these yellow flowers over here, the dandelions, but maybe we can start adding a little bit of the lilies of the valley over here, because they're just another really cool flower that can probably be used as decoration, and that seems like a lot of the grass right there. Let's just trim some of that over here, but you can see that I started the path over here from the actual path going to our starter house, and I didn't go from here diagonal, because then this whole area would be like the chorus dirt and the path blocks over here. So I just raised it over here, and we have a really quick way to actually get to the portal from our starter house and kinda this main area right over here. But I also added another path going from this side over here. As you can see, it's kinda curved to kinda go away a little bit from this little garden area right here, and you can see it kinda connects to the path that's gonna eventually lead to our blacksmith. I got the basic outline done, and I did a tiny bit of modification. Previously between these two pillars we actually had a 3 block gap, and that was really tiny. It didn't really left us with a lot of space to kind of work with, so just extended that to 5, and I think we got a pretty decent sized building over here that we can work on, and I think the blacksmith is actually gonna turn out really nicely. But let's just pile up over here for a second. I think for the roof we actually need to kind of do the same thing we had over here to kind of connect it, but also in this area over here we need to have like some kind of chimney, because over here in the inside we obviously need like some kind of furnace over here for the blacksmith to actually make all the tools and the armor and stuff, to smelt all of the iron and things. So we need to at least have like a 3x3 chimney going up this way over here. So I think that's exactly where we're gonna have like a little smelter over here, just kind of decoration, and then maybe in the other corner or in the same we have like the input chest and stuff for the actual super smelter that's gonna go underground, which is of course gonna be worked on in the next episode. But I think we need to have at least this area over here reserved for like a chimney slash furnace thing over here. And I think it's gonna turn out really nicely, but I need to kind of work out the shape of the actual roof and see what I can come up with. Alright guys, I just finished the roof. Well, not quite finished it, but I got the shape done and worked out. There is still a little bit more work that we need to do, like add the variation over here in mossy cobblestone and actually figure out what we're gonna do for these bits over here. You can see for the storage house we have like a weird dragon looking thing. We have a hook for our barn, so I kinda need to decide what would actually fit the style of the blacksmith, and there is still a little bit more work to do over here. But you can see I also added this chimney over here, and we're gonna have the furnace inside, and I think it looks really cool. I really like the variation we are able to add with all the different types of the stairs over here. And I pretty much did the same thing that we have with all of our houses, just added these kind of support beams over here, supports for the beams actually, and I think that looks really nice. But overall I'm pretty happy with the shape, and I think this is gonna be a pretty decent size of the blacksmith. And if you guys have any ideas or suggestions on what could I actually add around the building that would kind of fit the whole blacksmith theme, definitely let me know in the comments below, or if you have a picture, just send it to me on Twitter. The link for that is in the description below. But I think I want to do one thing with you guys over here on camera, and that's to actually design a little door over here. Because at the start I was thinking of actually just putting the normal spruce door that we have for all of our buildings, but I thought the blacksmith deserves a little bit better than that. So let's just go ahead and maybe start with a few iron bars right over here. And this door is of course not gonna be usable, we're not gonna be able to open it or close it, it's just kind of for looks, but I think it's gonna turn out really nicely. But we have 2 iron bars right there, and I think we're gonna carry 3 spruce logs just like so. And let's just do the same on this side over here. Then let's maybe just fill in over here with the planks like so, and I think that this door is going to look really nice. Let's just take care of you, and I should have probably used my eggs, but I guess we're not gonna need it really right there. Let's just go ahead and maybe add some buttons right over here, and maybe even add a little spruce trapdoor over here. You know what, let's just remove this guy and actually put iron bar in there, so it can maybe act like a little window over here. I think that could look really nice. Let's see, let's add the spruce trapdoors, and I have a ton of these. And I'm definitely thinking of maybe using some more spruce trapdoors in decorations, but let's just pile up over here and actually do a little bit more work on the top of the door. And I think we are just gonna go for a simple spruce stair right here and right there, and let's just fill that up like so. And let's just take this dirt pillar down, and let's take a look at the door. Okay, I think that looks really nice. It really works well with the blacksmith theme, and I think that's our door pretty much completed. I definitely think it looks really cool, and maybe there is something more that we can do, but I'm pretty much filled the whole space. And if you guys have any suggestions for the door, if you have any better design, again just send it to me, and this looks really nice. But of course I need to continue working on the roof and figure out a couple things, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, a little bit of time has passed, and you can see we did a tiny bit of the work over here. I had no clue what I was going to do for those dangly bits over there, so I just decided to make like this nice looking anvil right there, and I think it kind of is the whole blacksmith theme, and I think it looks really cool. I am not sure if I'm going to add that to the front over here, maybe I'm just gonna keep it as it is right here. But something about these beams, guys, I just have to say it, I think it looks absolutely amazing. I don't know what it is about them that I like so much, but they just look really cool, and I'm really happy with the way they turn out. Also, as you can see through the door, we did a little bit of interior work right here. Now, this is not the greatest thing in the world I've ever made, but I think it looks really nice. we have our little furnace right over here that our good friend Blacksmith over here is actually using to heat up the metal so he can make all the different types of armor and tools and stuff. You can see he is hard at work over here. The axe is supposed to represent the actual hammer that he is using on the anvils over here. We also have a pair of shears, which is of course representing the tongs, because he can't really keep that metal which is really hot with his bare hand. So we needed another tool over here, and I think they represent it really well. Of course we have the cauldron with the water over here, because once he works on the hot metal we need to cool it down, so they usually just dip it inside of the water and pretty much cool it that way. Or of course he can use the tongs if he needs to heat it up a little bit more and put it across the fire over here, and that way he can continue working over there. But you can see we have a couple different tools over here on the wall that you can grab anytime that you want. Some armor stands over here equipped with the armor and some tools that he made over here. We also have a nice looking table over here. Of course I had to put a little bit of bird poop over here, but I think it looks really cool. And of course we have a simple armor stand trick over here with the helmet sitting on top of the table over here, which I think looks really nice. And this thing over here was supposed to be decoration, but it's probably gonna be the main part of this building, because we needed a furnace and some chests over here for the decoration mainly. But we are probably never gonna use this furnace. But at the start I said that this blacksmith is mainly gonna be used for a super smelter, and this kinda represents it really well. As I said, we are probably never gonna use this furnace, but it can maybe work as a representation of the actual super smelter, because we can use this chest for input for the stuff that we want to smelt, and this one over here can probably be used for the fuel, so I think this works out really nicely. Yeah guys, overall I'm really happy with the room, but if you have any suggestions, ideas or any decorations that we can actually put over here, definitely let me know in the comments or at my Twitter. But last thing that we need to do is actually connect the path over here, so I need to grab a little bit of the chorus dirt. I'm just gonna have it curved a little bit over here, which is of course gonna be a lot nicer than just having this straight path over here. So let me get on that, and I think we're gonna wrap the episode over there. And there we go, we just finished our pathway, and I have to say the blacksmith is looking really cool. I'm really happy with the way this turned out, but sadly we're gonna have to call it an episode over here. This is episode 9, and as I promised, episode 10, we're gonna have a world tour and a world download, so you guys can actually check this out in person, which I'm really excited about. So there is few things that I need to kinda polish before I actually do the world tour. And of course for all the new people coming in, that's gonna be a great episode to check out all of the things that we kinda did in order. So of course we're gonna start off with the starter house, the mine and so on. And I'm pretty happy with the amount of progress we managed to do in these 9 episodes. But of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe if you're new. Of course, if you think any of your friends would enjoy this type of content, make sure to share it with them. But as always, I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.